And speaking of legacies, next up, I would love to invite up Zach Leary. Zach is a prominent voice in today's psychedelic renaissance with over 30 years of experience as a facilitator, researcher, meditation teacher, and advocate. He is the son of counterculture icon Timothy Leary, and he has a new book out. Zach.
Hey, guys. Wendy and Peter, thank you for having me. Happy birthday, Sasha, 100 years. Oh my goodness. Stephanie said something really interesting in her talk. She said that Sasha's chemistry was a little bit like jazz, and that is kind of how I wanted to start my story. Jazz can be daring, experimental, improvisational, but also has order to it. Miles Davis said about jazz, in order to play outside, you have to learn to play inside. And Sasha, there's no question he played inside so well, so fastidious, with so much rigor and so much detail, but boy, could he play outside. Sometime in the mid-90s-ish, a friend of mine, a fantastic artist named Dean Chamberlain, who's a wonderful light painter who did some amazing portraits of a lot of the great psychedelic luminaries, went to go visit Sasha and Ann to set themselves up for the portrait that he would do of them. This wasn't the actual portrait session itself, but it was kind of the pre-meeting. I decided to go along. We go up. Ann greets us. Where's Sasha? He's in the lab. Go say hi. We go to the lab. And we say, hey, Sasha, how's it going? And Dean says, what are you working on? Well, you guys have done this 2C-B, right? I sent a bunch down to Timothy, right? You guys did some of that, yeah? And we said, yeah, I did, but Al Jorgensen's kind of got the most of it, so we didn't get too much of it, but we tried it. Okay, great. You got to try this. We're working on this new thing. And this is a long time ago now. I was a young man. I don't think I was really in the community as more as I was sort of just of the community. I just was in it, He reached down from the cabinet and suddenly turned Dean and I into data, into living data. And I am so incredibly proud of the story and so incredibly fortunate to have had this experience, for him to reach down from the shelf, give us this 2C-B derivative that he was currently working on right there in real time, and said, go ahead and take it. See what happens. Half an hour later, you feeling anything? No, not so much. Okay. 45 minutes later, you feeling anything? Yeah. Writes it down. An hour later, how you guys doing? Okay. And wrote it down again. And we just spent, the next several hours, probably my recollection of it is the several hours was probably about 2 or 3 too many. And we did communicate that back to him. Wow, this one's a little long, man. But yeah, nonetheless, and so that was just such an incredible experience. And trust me when I say this, even growing up the way that I did, I do not take these stories for granted. I realize how incredibly fortunate I am to have been exposed to psychedelics, and in this way, and the last thing I just want to say is, as we move into this next sort of Renaissance rebirth movement phase, evolution of psychedelics, we often talk about indigenous cultures in a very specific way, and rightly so, as well we should, especially as it relates to the plant medicines. But when it comes to the synthetics and keeping the memory of Ann and Sasha and so many others alive, we are the indigenous culture of MDMA. We are the indigenous culture of 2C-B, of LSD. They haven't been around for thousands of years, but if we do it all right, for 1,000 years from now, the memory will be kept alive. So it's up to us.